Hey everyone, it's Matt the Dice Chucker from the Literary Gamers coming to you again from our game room. I mean, I don't know why I said it like that. I've never said it like that before. Anyway, quick update. I did. I keep saying we. I did 20 solo games the past month of kind of end of January to late February, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. I had mentioned that we are going to do some live streaming due to the space between the game room and where the router is. Until I find a way to get a router, a Wi-Fi extender to get it up here or get a stronger internet. I don't know anything about this stuff. We're going to hold on the live streams. I'm still going to do the solo plays though. So this means there won't be any polls for solo gaming because there's going to be really no reason for me to do a poll like that. So I'm just going to tell you what's coming up as far as the games. I'm going to do this kind of video at the beginning of each month and give you a preview of what's happening. Initially, I was going to do a solo roundup video of the 20 that I played through February and late January, but I had done, at the end of the week, all those solo videos, and there's really no point because I already told you my thoughts in there. There's no reason to see how they stack up against each other. I filmed it, and basically regurgitated the same stuff that I had already regurgitated in the videos at the end there. So as far as that, we're making some changes, and an update here. We are no longer doing live videos for solo games. That being said, I know that there is a poll up now. I'm not sure when Jen is closing it. I'm pulling it up right here. Turn the video volume down just in case. Jen and I have brought into this home throughout our years, not just this home, but our home, our life, many solo games. Not so. Sorry, many campaign games. We have finished one of them. Now, when we went through our collection to figure out what was the campaign style games, we had to make a difference between a campaign game and a scenario-based game. So, for example, something like The New Descent: Legends in the Dark is a campaign game, while Memoir 44 is a scenario game. I could just open up to any scenario in the Memoir 44 book and play it. Granted, you could say the same thing about, well, not really because Descent is app-based, but things like that. But she wants to do live plays of the campaign game. So we're going to work on making the signal stronger for that on top of, I don't want to have too many live plays on the channel. So what we're going to do is hold off on the solo live plays for the campaign live plays. The poll right now is you pick out of 5: Descent, Legends in the Dark, Familiar Tales, which is the new one from Plaid Hat, Forgotten Waters, Role Player Adventures, which is the one that's currently in the lead, and Undaunted North Africa. Now, I know you're saying, Matt, that's a scenario-based game. Because we got the reinforcements pack, Jen wants to kind of run that and see what's there, but Undaunted is not in the lead at the moment, so I have a feeling it's going to be Role Player Adventures. Now, I'd love to play the game where you create your character in Role Player first and then do the Role Player Adventures, but I think we're just going to jump in with one of the pre-created ones. So before I talk about the March solo games, I want to mention what's happening with Lord of the Rings. So after I did Passage Through Mirkwood, one of my viewers on the Lord of the Rings stuff strongly recommended that I deck build or I will consistently lose the game as I've been doing so. I am going to take that advice. What I will do, though, is... hold on, let me cover this. Excuse me. As you all know, that I wasn't well a few weeks ago, and I have a remaining cough. But anyway, I hope that didn't blast the the sound. We'll see when I go to edit it if it blasted the sound. Um, what was I going to say? Anyway, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my promise, which was I'm going to play, I think it's Passage Down the Anduin with the pre-built. But the second half of the video is going to be the same scenario with a deck that I built. Now, I have the entire of Mirkwood cycle. My FLGS had that, so I have cards from there, and I have a lot of cards I really like, and I see how it's going to click in with everything. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, um, so when you get the Lord of the Rings videos, they're going to be a little longer, but that's because I really want to explore everything that this game has to offer. I really do like it. I understand I haven't played it nearly as much as others, and I'm making mistakes, but we've all been there, right? We've all been in that place where, oh, I should have done this with this person, and I should have done that with that person, and I'm learning as we go along. Did I make a lot of mistakes in those first 4 plays? Not just so. Even when I got the rules right, I was still making mistakes. I was attacking with people that should have been defending, and vice versa. Um, 3 out of the 4 decks didn't even make it past the first card. Now, 2 of those were the fault of a big enemy coming out of the deck, and there's just nothing you can do to fight that. It's a deck of cards. You know, you shuffle and you do your best. But the Passage Down the Anduin scenario, there's a big hill troll that comes out right away. I mean, he's on the board when the scenario hits. So I need to find something that combats that the best I can. And I can guarantee you that the only deck I think that's pre-built that can fight that well is the lore deck. And that's because it has that entangle card where they can't attack you. You can only attack them. So I think that would be the only one that would stand a chance against the pre-builts. But I'm still going to do them. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll surprise myself. But I really am going to deck build, and I look forward to what I can do with that. So we have the 20 games of March. I'm not going to hold their box covers up, because what happens when I do that is I take everything off these shelves, and they look bare when I go and do a video. And so in no particular order, they're actually in the order when I looked at them on the shelf. So, oop, that didn't mess it up. So we have Noctiluca. This is the Z-Man game that has in the Shem Phillips, where you have dice, these translucent dice on the board, and you're making paths and calling out numbers, and you're trying to collect these dice into jars for points. This one I am not sure how I'm going to do it, but it says solo, so I've got to do it. And any game from this company is a time commitment. This might be the last one I upload. Cloudspire. I'm going to do a solo of Cloudspire. A solo of Aeon's End. I'm going to pick a random enemy and just go with that. And I'm not going to take a random 4 heroes, because they all have to synergize with each other. So I will work on that. The Loop. This is from Pandasaurus and Maxime Rambourg. This is the time travel Cube Tower one. Then Dinosaur World, also from Pandasaurus. Then one of my favorites from 2021, if not my number 1 game from 2021, Merchant's Cove. I have not yet played the solo, so this will be interesting. All of these you're playing solo with me for the first time. Tidal Blades. This is the Skybound Entertainment and Druid City Games dice drafting building. You're building up your dice and trying to defeat monsters and do challenges. And then we have Merchants of Magic. This is a roll and write from Rock Manor Games. Then Imperium, not Dune Imperium. Imperium. This is the deck builder from Osprey that had the 2 different boxes. This is the David Terzi, and I think he designed it with someone else. Let me take a look. This is the Civilization building game, and it had there was Legends, and then there was, let's find out, Imperium. It's escaping me. Classic. Tony Classics. Yeah, Imperium Classics. Both had 8 different civilizations in them. I'm going to tell you right now, if you really do enjoy this game, I'm going to tell you to buy both and just combine the boxes, and it's great. This is David Terzi and Nigel Buckle. So, um, then we have Warp's Edge. This is solo by itself. Solo by itself. And I think it's Scott Almes. Um, this is from Renegade, part of their solo series. And then Bullet Heart. Warp's Edge. Hold on one second here. Warp's Edge. There it is. Scott Almes, yeah. So then we have Bullet Heart. This is level 99's game where you're being timed and then you're collecting things, making patterns and all that stuff. Believe it or not, Chai T for Two has a single player. So even though it's called T for Two, it has a single player. Monster Expedition. This is the part of that Carnival of Monsters universe from Amigo that Richard Garfield had, but this is the Alexander Pfister Push Your Luck game. Nations, the dice game. Solo mode is available. Canvas, and then the nice thing is we just got our Kickstarter, but you know as well as I do when I do these solo modes, I'm just doing the base game. And then a big one, Suburbia. I have the big collector box. Well, no, I have the mid-size collector box because I don't have the one with the special coins or the special meeples. I just have basically the collector's box with the new artwork. Obsession. And then I have Stygian Society. Then On the Rocks. And It's a Wonderful World. Those are going to be the 20 for March that I'm going to upload at least once or twice a day, depending on how well I can get filming done. For those of you who don't know, I am a church organist. That's what my training is in, and it's what I've spent my career doing. I've been doing this job for, let's see, half my life at least. I've been a church organist. And we're heading into the Lent season where I work, and that also means that I'm going to probably be away from the channel a bit more because it's a more intense season for me at the time. And after that, you'll probably see Jen a bit more on the channel. She's got some book reviews she's going to be throwing up there. Not throwing up. That's a terrible way to say that. Oof. We have some review stuff going. We've got the mash bill is coming back. The mash bill is coming back, and I'm going to explain why the mash bill is gone in the first rendition of the mash bill. Hopefully we'll get that edited and done by the end of this week, if not the beginning of next week. We have a review of some interesting games coming up. We've had some Libertalia content. We're going to be doing a comparison and our thoughts on the 2 different editions. Trying to look at the pile. It's all piled up weird. I think that's all we have for review stuff for now. Familiar Tales. We'll have a review of that probably by the end of March because we want to play through a few of the scenarios there. Ashes. We got the 2 new Ashes decks. We'll be playing through those. I'm hoping to do just a live play of those. Not a live play, but a playthrough. And then Summoner Wars' new box will have content for that as well. So there's stuff coming besides the solo work. And because I really kind of dominated the channel. Mainly because, we're trying to grow it. And we wanted to make sure that there's content coming out for you each day. I'm not sure how much content I'll be able to get out today besides this video. And here's the cat. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so already. The ratio is better. I've looked at the analytics and seen that we're at 60-40 for people who aren't subscribed and who are subscribed, and the 60s is more towards those who are not subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to hit 600 by the end of March. We're not that far off. And then I'd love to hit 750 by the end of May. looking to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. And at that point, we can really start churning out much more content for you guys. There'll be more, just kind of more interaction between us and you all. So, sorry, he got into something he shouldn't have gotten into. That's going to be all for me today. We've got Lord of the Rings coming up on Thursday, as we always do. And it's going to be, I'm going to try a leadership combination. So the first thing we'll do is leadership deck. Give me 1 second, everybody. Give me. So it's going to be a leadership deck. That's the pre-built from the revised set. And then I'm going to deck build. And we're going to see what happens with how well I can deck build. And I could probably tell you, I'm not going to deck build well. It's been years since I've done so. Last thing I deck built was Star Wars Destiny, which was sad to see go, but I understand why they did it. But anyway, we'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye.